Hello T-Rex fans! I wanted to show what I found on YouTube about scoring the lines on these pieces. Now I have the cardstock, and let me get another piece here and show it up close. You'll see that it has various dotted lines. Some of the dotted lines means that you'll be turning it, you'll fold it this way, or some of it means this way. Usually you find out when you actually are putting it together, but I think the lines, the long lines, this means you fold it where the dark line is shown at you, and the short ones are folded where the piece comes towards you. Either way, all the lines here will be on the inside. So Logan's mom agreed that we can go ahead and put the lines on the inside, which makes it a lot easier for me because these pieces are so small. You see how small they are? I mean, I have fingernails, which helps, but it just makes it easier. So when I scored the line here with the pen, of course you need a metal ruler, and I got one that has the cork on the back so it keeps it from sliding. But you want to line it up to where the width of the blade, of the pen, will fit, so that when you draw your line, it's directly on top of that line. Okay, and then after you draw your lines all the way around, that needs to be bent, then if you turn it over, you'll notice the score lines, and you can fold it accordingly. And this paper is so nice and heavy. I'm going to show you. Here's I didn't finish him. I got discouraged. He's so flimsy. See, it's so flimsy. I thought that would have worked, but it didn't. So there's all his pieces in there. Say hi, pieces. But that's to show how to score these pieces on this heavier paper. You can use scoring tools that you can find at the store. Also, in this video I wanted to show, that's the cut line for the tabs. For me, when I did it on the regular paper, it was a little hard, so I extended the tabs, so when I fold this over, it's a lot easier. Well, you need two hands, and I'm using my phone. It just makes it easier because you can see. Oh, I got ink on my thumb. Okay, I have to get that off. You can see the lines a lot better. So, like I said, this is going to be a night light, and I've gotten some great suggestions on where to find an LED remote light. That way Mom can turn it off secretly. And I'll be posting more on this project as we go along, so stay tuned. Bye. Hello again, T-Rex lovers. As we continue on with this nightlight project, I wanted to show you how to add the pieces with the glue. But first, I've got the wax paper showing. You need to cover your table with wax paper, and I used tape, just regular tape, to hold it down. Oops, I hit my thing. Now I got my paintbrush and my Aleene's tacky glue. This stuff works great, but I didn't want glops and stuff, so I got a paintbrush, used to smooth it out. Now this is the first piece. that I can attach. This is the base. This will hold T-Rex up against the wall. It'll get a hole cut out later, but I don't know what size, so I'm not going to cut it for right now. I can start lining up numbers because I have built this guy already. I already know some of the pieces and where they go. Let's see, I don't know if this will show. Right here I got number 210 and number 210. You'll also notice that I have already drew my line for scoring. I folded it over. Now I'm going to bring it back. So this one's 210, so I want to make sure that it gets to 210. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue. And notice how bumpy those lines are. You don't want to leave it that way. So I'm going to smooth it out and bring it all the way to that fold line. Then take number 210, make sure that the writing is on the inside, and line it up, and then press it. And see, look, it's already held together. So with tabs longer like this, it's really helpful for it in holding it. Now, other YouTube videos that I have seen, I'm going to show you this process now. It shows for better holding to add just a little bit of glue and then brush it out. I can see how it's already adhering better. Okay, so as you go along, if you can, you should add the extra glue. If you can't, it's okay. But this is the main part of the body, so I'm going to try and add the extra glue already. I noticed that my brush is getting tighter already. So here's my little cup of water. I'm going to put it in there and clean it. Now, the process of this is going to take probably a couple of days. It's not even tacky anymore. You see how quickly that went. It's not even tacky. Like, let me see if I can get these camera phones. Anyway, it's not even tacky anymore. It's pretty much dry. Okay, but I wanted to show you one more thing. I'm ready to do this side, but I have this in here. So I want to show you what to do next so that you don't waterlog your paper and glue. So after you take it out, put it on a paper towel and get as much water out as possible. And if you have to, every time you put it in here, you need to dry it off, and you need to make sure that that brush is dry again. Okay, so let's move this. So to go on to this, I can do one of two things. I can bend this over and paint it down, or I can put a little bit of glue here, but I'm choosing to use where I put the glue on the tabs. So I'll put some glue here, go ahead and paint it out. Okay, and I'm going to put this back in the water so that it won't dry up on me. Okay, and then we're going to line this up to the next fold. See the corner to the next fold? And then we'll press it down. Okay, and then flip it over and continue to press. And there we go. We have another side done. And with the folds here, This will lay flat as soon as you put more pieces in there and everything. But as you can see, it's already starting to take shape. Okay, so I'm going to go on the inside. This is only for video purposes. I'm not going to do this every single time. I'll be going a little bit faster than this. I do want to keep this clean, and even though it is nylon, the glue shouldn't stick to it, but I don't want glops in it. So I'm going to go ahead and add the glue again to the outside or the inside, and go ahead and reinforce that. And this goes into the water cup, and there we go. Double shape your creases. I can put this one here, but you know what to do next. And I don't think this is a hard project. I think it's going to be super simple, and I think it's going to be awesome when it's done. Measurement wise, this is about, well, let me get my ruler to make sure here. Okay, the base is about 9 inches by 6.5 inches. But when you put his head and everything on, he's gonna raise up even higher and go roar. And he'll be approximately 16 inches long. And I'm gonna put a picture frame base behind here. But you'll see that as I go along. Have fun. Bye. Hello T-Rex lovers again. I'm showing you how I use, I'm sorry about the shadow from the window, but I'm using the computer program as I see if I can find the mouse in this. I'm going to click on this one, see how it lit up. Now if you come over to this page, you can see your part, the shape. And that'll help you to find your numbers on your part easier. Okay, I'm not this far because I'm down here on the arm and stuff. So let me show you my progress. Here is his underarm, one of his claws, and the tabs. And here's my water. I'm not using the brush, it's in the water. Here's my glue. One thing I wanted to point out was when you have straight edges with the tabs, do the tab on the longest straight edge first, wait a few minutes, and then do the short one. And then come back in, if you can, go ahead and put that extra glue on the top. It's really helped me out a lot. You'll see too that this one is folded towards me while the rest of them are, well actually the fold takes the picture away while this fold brings it towards me. That's on these lines here. I have one set up right here. Where's it at? I guess the light's not showing it right. Okay. Let me see, there we go, focus in. The long dash with the dot is where you fold it, and the fold is at you, but the open ends go away from you. And the short dots is where you fold it, and the folded ends comes towards you. So, a little bit of learning curve stuff that I'm doing. Also, I had some fun with my pen. As you write, sometimes it builds up, so what I've been doing is cleaning the extra ink off from my pen. And another thing I wanted to show you was now I'm not going to have this exact because I got the camera in one hand, but when you line up your ruler to make your line, put your pen in the center of the picture and draw out, and then come just a little bit past the edge and then draw all the way down. You'll find that I didn't have it happen, but it came close. You won't damage the end where you need those points so that everything joins together the way it's supposed to. So some little tips for all of that. And otherwise, here's the progress of this little T-Rex. All the lines are on the inside. Here's the outside. And here's the back. Now, I started from the bottom. This is under his mouth. And here's his arms. I haven't hit the underarms yet, so this is the top arm. And I'm building up that way. When I did my paper one, I started and was going to do the mouth and hands last, but I found the smaller the parts, it's harder to get in there. So let me show you on my picture here. Let's see if I can pull up the underneath. Oh, sometimes it works and sometimes it don't. There we go. Let's see if I can get the underpiece. That's the top of his head. Oops. Okay, you saw how he spins around, but what I've been doing is I click over here on a part, double click it, and it'll show you where it goes on the body. That just helps a lot with placement. Now I haven't gotten down here to the teeth. That's going to be fun. And here's the rest of the body with the inner mouth and the arms and everything. So that's my progress. I hope a lot of these tips are helping you out. Have a great day and have fun. Bye. This is the folding for the T-Rex that I got online to make the headpiece. And it's showing, I'll show you in just a second. This is on the second time around. If I could put this together, I could make a crochet taxidermy T-Rex. Okay. So here is the pieces that they showed. The little tiny pieces are the teeth, and the rest is the body. And I don't know how long I can hold this, so I thought I'd video it.
Won't you wait for me? I need you to stay right there. I'm coming right away, my dear. I tried this, tried that, tried everything. Coming right back. Won't you wait for me? I need you to stay right there. I'm coming right away, my dear.
Hello, T-Rex fans. I am working on the inside piece of the mouth. This is the upper half. This is the tongue. And this is the cone that gives the dimension for the inside of the mouth. You'll notice how you have to really pay attention to those lines, and also reinforce this piece if possible, okay, with the glue on the outside. There's a lot of folds, and it gets a little tricky, but as long as you match the numbers, whoops, you'll be fine. I put glue right here to reinforce the tongue piece, so it's kind of wet still. But I wanted to kind of give you a heads up on where I'm at. I also made this separate from the body because, let me show you the body here. Oops, knocked my camera around. Because when I join it, there's only going to be so much that you can grab here. So if you were to put all of these pieces in here, it would be really hard to get to these inner pieces. So that's why I'm suggesting it's best that you do the mouth separate. So just a little heads up, I'll show some photo slides on this, but it is important to do the mouth as a separate and then join it at the top of the mouth and then the rest. But you'll also see that the eyes and everything else is going to get attached to this because of all the many folds in it. Let me grab that piece real quick. Okay, here's one piece of the eye. See all the little folds and all the little tabs? And we have, this is like the part of the jawline, all the little tabs and folds. So that's why I'm saying it's best to do the upper mouth and other pieces, and the face separate from the body. Look at the slides and you'll see, because all I did was put up the bottom of the mouth, which is the piece that goes here onto the body, but this is where you add the tabs. That'll be easy to do. So until our next video, thanks for watching me on this project. Bye. Hello, T-Rex lovers. I got some country music playing in the background, and here's some of the paint I will be applying to the underside of T-Rex. So I loaded up my foam brush, and let's get to applying some paint on this guy. Just pat, pat, pat. Simple. I applied a different color the first time, but I wanted to give it a layering effect. Here, we gotta hold them this way. So just take them on there and pat them on. Tried to get it while the other paint was still a little wet, but with the fan blowing in here, it's So I'm going to try and blend this guy out. The only bad thing is when this paper gets a little wet, it's real flimsy. So when I'm done with this project, I'm going to put some stiffener on it. But the nice thing about the camera is it shows you some of the areas it really needs to get paint. I'm going to be applying different colors as well. Kind of like a oranges and purplish to go with, that'll get covered. It's okay. So sit here and enjoy the music that's being played by YouTube. And I'm just going to go ahead and add some more paint so you can see. Oh, the gold that I'm using is metallic gold. I bought it at Walmart. It was only like $1. And so I put more paint onto the brush and just start dab, dab, dab. I'm going to come back in here with another color on top of to hide some of the gold. But I also have a smaller brush. Let's see if we can blend this out better. There we go. Some of the other brushes I have are like this size. They're all sponge. Or I have these larger ones for large areas. So you can see how this is going so far. We got it under his chin. Now I'm going to add the orange color. Well, I had to create it using the gold and the red. And I use a toothpick to stir the colors. So if you know your colors on how to blend, then you're pretty much okay. Oops, I got some paint on my fingernail. Oh, which is okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and add, I'm going to use this same size brush, I guess. Let's go ahead and add a little bit of orange under his neck here. You see how it kind of, might have to use a smaller one, but you see how it kind of blends right in. Looks nice. Now I do have an inspiration, and I'm going to see if I can show it to you. I think that'll do. Nobody's perfect in nature, and nobody should be perfect in coloring. So I'm going to let him dry for just a second. Let me aim the camera to the computer. There's my inspiration, and there's all my paints. But that's where I got my idea from the internet. So I'm going to add a little bit, I'm going to add some more orange. You can follow with me. Now you'll notice that I'm not going to fill it into the center. Now, you see right up here where there's a lot of orange showing? That's where I get out this brush, and I'll add a little bit of, and just dab it on to fill into the crease so you can't see the white. It's nice to listen to music when you do crafts. It just adds more to the relaxation. kind of feel like Bob Ross. And let's add some more sponging here for our guy. Can you hear him roaring already? Arr, oh, you're adding me. Oh, you're tickling me. Oh. Now, even though this comes on a little darker while it's wet, when it dries out a little, it will lighten quite a bit. So, you don't have to go in a straight line. You want to think nature, think enjoyment of your creation. Now in here I'm going to put a couple of shades of purple, so I'm not going to fill all that in. And normally you'd want to go with the angles of the triangles, which I'm trying to do here. So let's see here. Okay, can you see? Okay, let's do a little bit more and then I'm going to turn my video off. Next video, I'm going to make sure that the colors that I have for the purple is the right color before I add it on. You can see how this paper is getting kind of flimsy, so I'm going to have to let it dry just a little bit. So here we kind of got our blending going. And so this is the underside for our little dinosaur. When he's done, I'm going to spray him with glitter spray. Hopefully that'll stiffen him up quite a bit. And I'm probably going to end up putting a nice little manicure job on his fingernails. Who knows? It's, you know, it's for a girl. Logan is a girl, and I think she'll enjoy this. At least I hope she will. Oh, here, I got some more I need to do. I'm going to do this right here, and that'll be it for the orange. You notice I have wax paper still down on my table here to help protect the table from paints and glues. Okay, looks like our little guy is done with the orange color. So I hope you enjoyed this little video. We'll see you on the next one. Bye. Hi guys, back with T-Rex and more country music. I came up with this pink with some gold mixed in it and white. And I'm going to put it next to the orange and it on the bottom here and maybe just a little here, and then we're going to add this purple and then the darker purple. So we're going to tap 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 here, and notice I'm just going to kind of go over some of the orange as well. I'm trying to make this more of a girly color as well, so that Logan will like it, instead of having it just be a you know, a dirty monster. So like I said too before, that the paint is making the paper a little weak when it gets wet, so hopefully this will all be okay. Yeah, I see it's covering the orange a little bit, but I think it'll be fine. Let me put some more pink out here because I'm going to cover that with the purple anyway. Okay. Now we're going to use a smaller, use a smaller brush, this one here, for up in this area. Ain't got much left. When paint goes into a sponge, it sucks it up really quick. So I'm just gonna dab, 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 and see how that goes. And this is the last of it, so I gotta make it last. Might have to cover that with purple or something instead. But we want to try and keep with the theme of the coloring when doing this. So here's my, maybe I can get some of this paint down here and fill it in. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Not bad. Okay, so on to purple. We might as well use the pink brush. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go over that with another color. Let me make adjustments to the color. I'll be right back. I made a mistake with this purple, so I'm going to cover it with white and go back in and refill those shades in. See you in a little bit. Might as well show you how I'm going to take the paint off since it's still kind of wet. Just get a paper towel wet and take off what you can. It's a little frustrating, but just hope it don't take off the other colors too. Gives that nice lilac that I was looking for. Okay. Looks like some of it dried on there already. Let me see if I can loosen it up here. No. Don't want to press my luck here. So we'll work around that. Well, here it comes. But can you see how I'm taking it off? Oh, what fun, huh? Oops. Paper's splitting a little. We'll fix it, don't worry. That's a nice thing about this paper craft stuff. You can reinforce all of this right here. Okay, we'll fix that. Okay, in the meanwhile, let me let it dry and then we'll fix it.